So if I said, let's have a top 10 list this morning based on intangibles, momentum, productivity, health, age, talent, the top 10 quarterbacks in the league, my top 5 would be Patrick Mahomes has separated from everybody else. I would put Joe Burrow, to me, because of his accuracy, his situational greatness, no turnovers. Josh Allen's third. He's the Tyson. He'll knock you out, but still can be a bit sloppy. Number 4, Justin Herbert has to put up some playoff wins, but 6'5.5", 240. He set every record for a player in his first 3 years, even beat Mahomes. And then number 5, a kid I loved in high school, Trevor Lawrence. He is now, nobody's taking a phone call on Trevor Lawrence. So let's go to number 6. I don't know. Number 6. Lamar Jackson. Contract issue. Hurt at the end of this year. Hurt at the end of last year. And his playoff numbers are horrible. He completes 56% of his throws in the playoffs. Jalen Hurts. Probably my 6. But historically a little small. Hurt again. Runs more than I'm comfortable with. Is he just having one great year? It's hard. And that's what's interesting. I mean, I would have had Kyler Murray at 5 or 6. Now he's got drama, injuries, can't get along with people. What about Matt Stafford? What about him? He had 3 different injuries this year. What about Aaron Rodgers? Green Bay may move off him. He's 39. Brady, old. You get to 6. It's almost like social media where you got your big 5. You got your Facebook, you have your Instagram, you got your TikTok, you got your Twitter, you got your YouTube. And by 6, don't tell me Parler. Okay, don't give me Parler. I don't want to hear about Parler. But you get to 6 in this league and you're like, I got questions. I think it's Jalen Hurts. But that's my thing with Lamar Jackson. I got injuries. I got contract stuff. Now he can't stay healthy. This league changes inside of a season. I mean, inside of it. The Jets and 2 are great examples. So I don't know what you do. I would re-sign Lamar Jackson. But I saw a story this morning. He's tried to do some work in his injured knee. It hasn't felt right to this point. He's yet to practice at all since getting hurt. Now, would a new contract make it hurt less? I don't know. It's just speculation. But I find this, he's an enigma. I like him. I'd sign him. What in the world is going on? You get to the number 6 quarterback in this league, I make phone calls. That's why I think Jason, when he speculated, Lamar to Miami, there's a lot of speculation about Stafford moving out of the Rams.
Colin, could you argue that this was a weird year with the injuries? Because Tua was tracking extremely well. Matt Stafford was out. Lamar injured. Dak kind of injured, struggled a little bit. Like, maybe this was a weird year?
No, because Dak's never been an elite thrower. Kyler Murray was always smaller than you'd like. We all think Jalen Hurts is very good. But historically, he is smaller than a career average. He runs a little bit more than most of us would love. I think he's 6, but I thought Lamar Jackson was 5 9 months ago.
Yeah.
So I was the biggest Kyler Murray fan. Like, I didn't think he'd work in the pros. Second game, I'm like, okay, that's unbelievable. So it's the Lamar stuff to me his stuff is harder than you think. I was never a big Tua guy, so I didn't buy into the Pro Bowl Tua stuff. I thought it was about the coach and the weapons of left tackle Tyreek Hill. Mark Schlereth is joining us now, Fox Sports analyst. He called the Bucs-Falcons last week. So we were talking about the Bucs in Dallas, and the way it works in the NFL, generally, if you got a talented team and they get the you-know-what kicked out of them, the next week they play really well. So my guess is Dallas was awful. They'll come back focused, pissed off. They'll play great against Tampa. My argument against Tampa is I've watched them 9 times. There's just not a lot there.
Feels weird picking it up.
Do you think it's possible, you watch their first couple series, that they find this magic elixir and health and they just pop? Or is this just a year? Is just the chemistry, the coaching, the O-line? What did you make of what you saw? You've seen them a couple times.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing for me, Colin, is I think I saw in the fourth quarter against Carolina the Tampa Bay Buccaneers we've been waiting for all season. Dynamic over the top to Mike Evans, Chris Godwin moving the chains on third down, Tom Brady accurate throwing the deep ball. It really just felt like it clicked. Now, there's been a lot of issues from Tom Brady and all the personal issues early in the season. An offensive line that was completely restructured. You lost Aaron Stenny, who was going to be a starting guard for you. You lost Ryan Jensen, who was your starting center and really the tone setter of that whole offense, because that dude will play dirty. He'll play beyond the whistle. And he set the tone, toughness tone for that offense. So a lot of things that they had to overcome. And I understand that part. And they struggled all season long. But just talking to Tom Brady about, hey, the receivers are healthy. This is the first time they've been healthy all year. We're starting to click. I think the big thing for me, Colin, and this will be interesting. The big thing for me, because offensively, they struggle with this new offensive line. By the way, Byron Leftwich says, hey, you know what? Everybody makes a big deal out of that we don't run the ball. We're 32nd rushing. It's not like we dropped from 8 to 32nd. We were 26 last year. We don't run the ball. We've never run the ball. So don't make a big deal of the fact that we don't run the ball. We never have. We don't care about it. Okay, so put that aside for a second. I think the biggest difference that Dallas is about to face, and they may not be ready for this, Tampa Bay under Todd Bowles has always been, as the defensive play caller, has always been one of the most aggressive, if not the most aggressive team in football when it comes to bringing pressure and blitzing the opponent. They have not been able to do that this year. Look at the numbers. Over 50% blitz the last 2 years, down to 30 to the high 20s this year. They have completely revamped what they do. Why? Because they can't afford to make a mistake on the defensive side of the ball, because this offense, 3 and out, can't put drives together, no sustainability, so they had to play conservative and safe. Now that they feel like, hey, man, we're flipping the switch on offense, we can throw it over the top, things are starting to come together, our defense now, we can get back to playing the way we have always played, the way that won us a world championship and the way that got us to the playoffs last year. Like, this is going to be a different defense on Sunday, or is it Saturday, whatever the game is, for the Dallas Cowboys.
The Harbaugh situation with Denver is fascinating. So J-Mac and I are believers is that the coach and the O-line were about 70% of the issues. Russell was 30. So Harbaugh, to me, works because his whole career, Stanford, Niners, Michigan, he rebuilt offensive lines, created bully ball. And I do believe the way out of this mess for Denver to beat Mahomes and Herbert is keep them on the sidelines. It's bully ball. Javonte Williams, O-line, time of possession. That's literally what Harbaugh does. So I think he absolutely fits. And I also think, J-Mac and I believe, that with the right coach,